Today's study guide is our badminton study guide. The history of badminton evolved from a similar game called battledore in China back in the 17th century. Skip ahead a few years and the first U.S. badminton club opened up in New York in 1978. Just 14 years later, in 1992, the game of badminton became a medal sport in the Summer Olympic Games. Purpose of the game. Badminton is a racket game played by two, which would be singles, or four, which is doubles, players on a rectangular court. The object is to serve the shuttle, birdie, strategically with speed or accuracy to an unprotected spot on the opponent's court. Likewise, the opponent is trying to prevent the shuttle from falling to the court on his or her side of the net and to return it to the unprotected spot on the opponent's court. You may only hit the birdie one time before it must travel over the net. There's a diagram of the court. We'll be going over this in class as well, for those of you that are in class. Some of the main ones, you have the center line. You'll find my little pointer here. Over here, divides the court in half. Center line there. Short service line. So when serving diagonally, you must serve the birdie past the short service line, or at least have it hit the line. The net is about 5 feet tall. You know the numbers right now are in meters. You always begin, as it mentions over here, the game on the right service court. If you serve and score, the server switches over to the left side and serves diagonally. If you have partners, you and your partner on the serving side keep switching spots until you lose the serve. We have a singles line for our sideline for doubles is the wider line, and the sideline for singles is more narrow. And then we have the long service line for doubles is shorter than the long service line for singles. The long service line for singles is all the way at the back. So when serving in doubles, you serve a wider court, but a shorter court. When serving for singles, you serve a narrow court, but it's longer. Now in doubles, after the serve has been returned, then you always play the back boundary line. So back boundary line and the widest line in doubles. If you're playing singles, it would be the back boundary line and the narrow sideline for singles. And here are some of those court dimension lines that we just talked about. Singles sideline, doubles sideline, the center line, doubles long service line for singles, which is also the back boundary line. Short service line, the net's 5 feet tall. The right service court, which is also known as the even court, and the left service court, which is known as the odd court. Even and odd, you means add up your total points that you have. If the number is even, you should be serving from the right side. If the number is odd, like 1-0, 2-1, 2-3, you're serving on the left side. Serving, all serves must be hit from below the waist. Serves must travel diagonally across the court and land in the opponent's service area. Or the returner can also hit the birdie. That would count as well. The server must stand within the service court when making the serve. You switch sides with your partner only if your team serves and wins the point. The player that is diagonal across from the server must be the one that returns the serve. Doubles service area is short and wide. Singles service area is long and narrow. If a player swings and misses on the serve, they get another chance as long as they didn't make contact with the birdie. Number 9, a serve that hits the top of the net and continues into the correct service court is considered a legal serve. And lastly, a point is scored on every serve. And so it's rally scoring, similar to volleyball. A few different faults here. If the shuttle falls into the wrong service court when serving, short of the service line or outside of the boundaries, that's a fault and a point for the receiving team. If the service is returned by the wrong person, So if you're playing doubles, and the person that is not directly diagonal from the server hits the birdie, then that is a fault. If the shuttle passes through or under the net, that's a fault. If the shuttle hits the ceiling or basketball standards or anything above the net, that is a fault. If partners hit rackets together trying to hit the birdie, that is a fault. And if a player's racket, body, or clothes touches a net, that would also be considered a fault. Some terminology: a backhand, hitting the birdie in the non-racket side of the body. So if you're right-handed, you typically hold the racket in your right hand. And if you hit the birdie across on your left side, that's a backhand. A birdie is another term for the shuttle. A double hit, that's illegal when you hit the birdie twice with the same swing to get it over the net. You also cannot pass the birdie to your partner to hit it over the net. Fault means the rally has ended due to an error by the serving or the receiving team, resulting in a point or a side out. And a forehand, that's hitting the birdie on the racket side of the body. Some different strokes that are used in the game of badminton. Obviously we have the serve that starts the game. That's underhand stroke used to start the game. Clear is a stroke driving the birdie high and deep into the opponent's court. A drop shot is a short shot in which the birdie just clears the net, so you want to keep it low and falls close to the net in the opponent's court. Smash, that's an overhead stroke in which the birdie travels at a downward angle. That's similar to a spike in volleyball, and is the most powerful hit in the game of badminton. And then a drive is a hard horizontal stroke that just clears the net, but you hit it hard. Let's check out a few of these highlights. 9 minutes of highlights. We will not be watching 9 minutes of highlights.
Oh, I don't believe it!
There's a smash. There's a clear shot. Another smash. Another smash. Another drop shot. There's a clear. There's a drop shot, barely going over the net and landing short, forcing the opponent like that to lift it. There's some doubles. Drop shot, smash.
Rally. Oh, goodness. Oh, how quick was that? Oh,
Hey,
between
two
the
legs, I think.
I don't believe it. Well, that's got to be a brilliant.
Nice little rally. Watch this between the legs.
Between the legs.
I would not recommend that. We'll watch one more.
Nice. Oh,
Drop, backhand drop.
fantastic. I don't believe it.
There's a clear shot towards the back of the court.
Ah!
And if you want to watch some more, go in your study guide. Check them out.